I've got a bunch of my old whips on sale for Halloween. And the great part, most of them aren't expensive, which makes them the perfect costume piece. I'm gonna start off with these three because they don't really go with any costume. But hey, somebody might want them. Up first, I've got this 15-foot bullwhip, and it only goes for $10 plus $25 shipping, so $35 altogether. And the reason it's so cheap, you can probably tell, it's because there's no braiding on the outside. It's just a couple strands lashed together on the handle with hockey tape wrapping all the way around it. It was something I made within 15 minutes. But even though it is far from being the best quality whip, don't let that discourage you. It is still a really fun whip to crack. Up next, I got this 5-foot 16 plat nylon bullwhip. The whip is $20 and the shipping is $25, so the total is 45 bucks. As you can see, I've put a can cutting cracker on the end of it. It's a pretty good whip, considering the fact that I made it, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Ow, hit my knuckle. Up next is this 10-foot bullwhip. The whip costs $30 while the shipping is of course 25 bucks, so the total is $55. This is kind of a bitter one to get rid of because this was the whip I used for the virtual whip con. I used this for the single whip category and I didn't place within the top 3. However, I did get an honorable mention, so that's good enough for me. 10 foot. Those are all the non-costume pieces out of the way, so let's get into the indie bullwhips. I've got 3 Indiana Jones style bullwhips made out of paracord here. These 2 are both 8 foot long, while this third one over here is 10 foot. All 3 of them are $25 plus shipping, so 50 bucks in total. I believe I made these 4 years ago, and there is a bit of wear on them. And at that point in my career, I had not learned the value of braiding tension, so the transitions are pretty stiff. But that's why they're so cheap and great for costumes. But don't worry, they're still plenty loud enough to scare the crap out of anybody at a Halloween party. Here's number 1. Number 2, this is the 10-foot. And then finally, number 3. Up next is my first kangaroo hide bullwhip I ever made. This whip is $10 plus $25 shipping, so $35. I don't know if you can tell, but it's very clear. I had no clue what I was doing. All jokes aside, it was a pretty big part in my whip making career, and it was a big achievement at the time. But I believe somebody else may have more use for it than I do. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but this is a 6-foot whip. Here we go. Oh, I missed it. No worries. Up next, this isn't an indie bullwhip. However, it could have some costume possibilities. Maybe a Zorro whip or a Catwoman bullwhip. I'm not modeling that costume. This one is an 8-plat kangaroo hide bullwhip. This whip is $30 with $25 shipping, 55 bucks altogether. This whip is a bit loose and a bit heavy, but other than that, it's a pretty good whip. Now we're going back to indie whips, with this one being a little pricier. This is a 7-foot kangaroo hide bullwhip. This one is 120 bucks plus shipping, so $145 altogether. And the reason it isn't like in the $600 range, well, as you can see, there are some issues. The leather I was using was really difficult to work with. It was not holding up to the same quality it has in the past. As you can see, the conditioner did not darken the leather whatsoever, and making this whip drove me insane. So get it out of my sight. However, I'll show you in a second, this whip still cracks 100 times better than any Amazon whip you'll find. Now we've come to the last whip on this list. This is by far the most screen accurate Indiana Jones whip out of this bunch, which also makes it the most expensive one, coming in at $200 plus $25 shipping. So of course, $225. This is a 7-foot 12-plat kangaroo hide bullwhip, and I actually made a whole video series on how I made this one. Finally, we're on the last one. I don't know if you could tell, I'm starting to get tired. And that's all the whips I have on sale. If you're interested in any of them, go to the Okie Bullwhips Instagram page. I'll have a pinned post with all of these listed. In the description of this video, I'll have a link that'll take you directly to the post, and also a link that'll take you right to the Instagram page, as well as having them in my in-stock highlights. Then if you're interested in buying one, either send a message to me or comment on the pinned post with all these listed, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope to see you over there on the page, but if not, I at least hope you found this video entertaining. Until then, thank you for watching. I gotta go get into some normal clothes.